want me? Come and get me!
When Captain America Brave New World hit theaters in February 2025, it stirred up plenty of controversy with a 48% Rotten Tomatoes score and a B- cinema score. Was it a bold new chapter for Sam Wilson or a missed opportunity? Let's give it a fair, unbiased critique of what works and what doesn't and how it could have been better. So strap in your wings and dive in. Anthony Mackie stepped up his game as Sam Wilson, the new Captain America. He brings charisma, heart, and a relatable struggle to live up to Steve Rogers' legacy.
You're not Steve Rogers.
His more grounded take, relying on wings and wits rather than super soldier strength, feels somewhat fresh, especially in scenes where his trauma counselor background shines. However, without the super soldier serum that gave Rogers an advantage against overwhelming odds, it's not too convincing, even for a comic book film. The action sequences was well choreographed from Sam's high-flying stunts without relying too heavily on jump cuts. Meanwhile, Harrison Ford as Thunderbolt Ross, aka Red Hulk, is a highlight, with visual effects making his transformation credible. The supporting cast, previously from Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Carl Lumbly and as Isaiah Bradley, and Danny Ramirez as the new Falcon, Joaquin Torres adds emotional weight and charm. At under 2 hours, the film's tight runtimes keeps things moving, and its political thriller vibe, centered on an adamantium-fueled conspiracy and the Celestial Island, that sets up exciting MCU connections, as most of us are aware, especially after watching The Thunderbolts*. Now, this is where it stumbles. The plot is janky despite regurgitating Captain America Winter Soldier vibes. It juggles too many threats, mind control, international treaties, and callbacks to the Incredible Hulk and the Eternals respectively, with 5 writers. 5 writers. It feels a bit overstuffed, and heavy exposition slows the pace. The villains like Tim Blake Nelson's the leader, aka Broccoli Brain, and Giancarlo Esposito's Sidewinder lack depth and clear motivation, making the stakes feel somewhat generic. And then there was a squandered opportunity with Isaiah Bradley, who was utilized as plot armor. While I like the Manchurian Candidate callback, Bradley should have been more involved in the story, even to the extent of joining in on the action with Sam and Joaquin during the 3rd act. Here's a bit of trivia. Carl Lumbly portrayed the first live-action black superhero on television during his run on The Mantis for Fox Television long before the network became fair and balanced. I find it at times difficult to believe how Sam manages to take down several baddies without the super soldier serum, especially when going up against the Red Hulk, or as I call him, Rolk. Okay, now this is far-fetched. Personally think that Wakanda should have developed the vibranium nano armor that could absorb sound and circumvent it into super strength and agility.
He's out of line, but he's right. It's great.
But at least the wings serve this purpose. Oh, and the editing can be choppy at times, especially during the White House battle. The film also pulls punches on the bold racial and societal themes, opting for a safer, neutral tone that dilutes Sam's unique voice as a black Captain America. So, how could it have been better? First, let's streamline the plot. Focus on 1 or 2 more conflicts like Sam's leadership struggles or the adamantium conspiracy instead of cramming in every MCU tie-in. Give the villains more screen time and clearer goals. The leader could have been a cunning mastermind, and personally, Sidewinder deserved a bigger role because Esposito makes for a potentially great villain. The final fight between the Red Hulk was a bit of a letdown as well. While Sam was no match for Ross, he uses his therapist counselor training to change Red Hulk back into Ross' original frail form just by talking. This came off like some ridiculous PSA moment, but to keep it a buck, at the very least, Cap did talk his way out of a serious ass whipping. Shira Haas was miscast as Ruth Bassepra. She's too damn short and lacks the charisma of both Johansson and especially Florence Pugh. In order to match the crisp action of the Winter Soldier, the editing needs a little tweaks here and there. Most importantly, they should have leaned into social commentary. Sam's journey as a black Captain America in a divided world would have been a powerful through line exploring systemic issues with the same boldness as his Disney Plus series. But I guess Julius Onan didn't want his film to come off too preachy had they gone in that direction. As far as the post-credit goes, the exchange between Sam and Sam, as in Sam Stearns, was just a teaser of things to come, but overall it was more sizzle than steak. Well, at least Kendrick Lamar's eye slaps. A braver script would have made this a standout instead of a setup for future tentpole projects, but Disney gonna Disney. Captain America Brave New World isn't a disaster nor a triumph either. Mackie's stellar performance, fun action, and a tight runtime make it enjoyable, but a janky plot, weak, somewhat underutilized villains, and missed thematic opportunities held it back. But regardless, it's a solid MCU entry that, although could have been great with a sharper focus and bolder choices, it's definitely better than most of the films from the MCU's Phase 4, in my opinion. So, what do you think? Did it soar, or stumble, or just fall on its ass?